here's the question. Is Dr. Umar, if you don't know who Dr. Umar is, he's the #1 requested black scholar in America. He is building FDMG. And salute to Umar. You know, the one thing that Umar says, and I agree with him, if he doesn't build the school for black children, who's gonna do it? Because listen, it's easy to clown Umar. You could clown Umar. You could say, hey, he ain't never going to build that school. He ain't never going to do this. He ain't never going to do that. He ain't never going to get this accomplished. He ain't never going to get that accomplished. It's cool to say all of that. It's fine and dandy to say all of that, right? But at the end of the day, who is going to build the school? You can clown him, you can make fun of him, you can say he ain't never gonna build it. At the end of the day, the man got a building. At the end of the day, the man is building the school. You can say he's taking forever, you can say he's taking too damn long, you can say he's doing this, you can say he's stealing money from the people, but at the end of the day, are you going to build the school? If Umar was to say, you know what, I ain't building a school no more, I'm gonna let you niggas do it. Will you do it? Will you take the responsibility? So that's the one thing that I will say about Umar. If Umar doesn't build the school for black kids, who else is going to do it? But my cousin brought this to my attention. Is Dr. Umar objectifying black women? Now, if you don't know Umar, his #1 donor base, and I realize this, his #1 donor base is women. And women love to hear, you know, soothsaying. They love to be told how great they are, how, women love that. You know, women can be vanity driven, respectfully, not all women, well, mostly. But, you know, women love to hear sweet things. Women love to be told about themselves. Women love to feel great about themselves. And the one thing that Umar does is, you know, tell black women how great they are, right? So that's his #1 consumer base. But by doing that, sometimes he could objectify black women. And my cousin brought this to my attention. Is Dr. Umar getting off of his mission and becoming a deviant to black women? There's a video, and I don't know how old this video is, but you know, it's Dr. Umar on an airplane, and he's like, you know, looking up and down on this black woman. He didn't say a word to her. She's a flight attendant. He's like looking her up and down. He's looking at her. He's looking at her buttocks, looking her up and down. He's kind of objectifying her. You know, he's not really, respectfully, he's not really, uplifting this woman's mind, uplifting this woman's spirit, her personality. He's, you know, more so glorifying her body. And you know, you're the one saying consciousness over cookies, black power over the cookies, or whatever he be saying. But you're on this plane objectifying this black woman. Let's play this video. 1 second. Let me get the audio in here. Let me get 1 second, y'all. There's a little, there's a song that plays. He's like looking at her buttocks. And you can see it right here. She got a nice little wagon on her, you know, but he's looking at her buttocks. Clearly that's what he's doing.
Y'all looking at this? Now, this is the Prince of Pan-Africanism. King Kong of consciousness. Uplifting the black queen. And is this not...
What happened? Did my screen freeze? What happened? Hold on. What happened here? Oh, I think my screen froze. Give me 1 second, y'all. I think my screen froze. Let me close some of these
the greatest example of...
Give me 1 second. Let me just close some of these stuff.
Pervert exploiting the black queen that he says he loves. What is the point of showing her curve, her butt? What is the point of showing her backside?
Now, I agree with that. You know, Umar, you're the one, you know, Sinclair says, I'm not a fan of Umar. I think he's a grifter, like that bishop. Yeah, you know, listen, a lot of people have accused Umar of being a grifter. You know, but I agree with the brother here. Why is he objectifying this woman? Umar is the one who says, he comes on and he says, cookie, consciousness over the cookies, black power over the punani. He's the one who has coined these terms. He's the one saying that, revolution, building the school for our black boys and black girls. This is of importance. The consciousness, raising the consciousness of black people. He's the one saying all of this, but you're the one on the plane looking up and down this black woman. You didn't tap that black woman on the shoulder and say, hey, black woman, I just want to say that I support you. I appreciate you for your wisdom. I appreciate you for being a black woman, and I respect you for your mind and your eloquence and your intelligence and your nurturing. I respect you, and I just want to say you're doing a great job and salute to you. You ain't respecting that black woman by just sitting there and recording her body. And you don't even know if that black woman is spoken for. That black woman may have a husband at home, a caring, loving man that loves her. He just wants her to come home safe from her travel. She's a flight attendant. She's dealing with all different types of people, some nasty, some good people. That she probably has a husband at home that worries about her while she's on those planes, while she's going back and forth to and fro to all these different cities and places and states. But here you are objectifying this woman, Umar. And I agree with what Sinclair said, because Sinclair also said he posted her without her knowledge. I agree. The woman even looks in the video. The woman looks down at the camera and she notices that he's like recording her. A lot of times you could just feel when someone has their eyes on you. You could feel it. You could feel that somebody's watching you. Somebody's looking at you. You could feel the eyes. You could feel the attention. You could feel the thirst on someone. And I believe she felt it. She felt it off this nigga.
Is it to show the beautiness of the black woman? Is this not what they say hip-hop artists do? Is this not what they say pimps do? Is this not what they say social media creators do? Exploit black women for their body?
I agree. I agree, Umar. You are the same one who says consciousness over the cookies. You are the same one clowning rappers and disrespecting rappers, saying that they objectify black women. They do this, they do that. But here you are on a airplane objectifying this black woman. And Umar has been called out a few times on his hypocrisy. He said things about black men not being fathers, and then it comes out that he has a young daughter that claims that she's never even been around this man, that he hasn't been a good father to her. So he's been called out for being a hypocrite.
Now we have that, and this is supposed to be applauded by a man that y'all say exemplifies what a black man should be. This is the mind of a pervert, and that's facts.
Now, I'm not going to call him a pervert. Do I think that what he did was wrong? Do I think that he objectified her? Possibly he had a moment of weakness. Possibly, at that moment in time, he was being a deviant towards that woman. I would say that. I'm not going to call him a pervert. Does he have a history of recording women without their knowledge and objectifying their bodies? I don't know. I haven't seen it. But if there is proof of that, then we could say in the realm he may be a pervert. But I'm going to say right now, he's just objectifying her, and what he did was wrong. But in a sense, I have to agree with this brother. Like, Umar, you are the one telling everyone consciousness over cookies. Why are you objectifying this black woman? You can't tell black men, you know, in the neighborhoods and the ghettos and all the black neighborhoods around America, that we need to respect our women. We need to love black women. It's black women over snow bunnies. You can't tell us all of that, but here you are on an airplane objectifying a black woman. You wasn't showing love. You wasn't appreciating this woman for her intelligence, for her mind, for her consciousness, for her nurturing. You didn't do any of that. You just showing her butt. You acting like you're damn like you're in a rap video. So yeah, I agree. You know, and you know, Dr. Umar, he has to be called out. He has to be called out. And let me play the video of his daughter. Have anybody seen his daughter? You know, ever since she came out and told her story, I haven't heard much about it. He did like an interview or two about it. Dr. Umar's daughter, respectfully, because I haven't heard much from her since that she came out.
I can't say that shit. And yes, I'm fucking bragging, because you'll be out here fucking.
All right, she doing too much cursing. Let me see if I can find another video of her talking. I mean, you can't get on the thing and just start cursing. Let me see if we can find. And respect to that young black woman, but you know, you doing too much cursing. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. Let me see what she talking about in this one. This is his daughter though.
Off by saying I smoke tag. So I just wanted to come on here with a small short announcement. I just want to start this video off by saying I'm not trying to get clout. I literally just want to have a conversation with my father. My biological father is Dr. Umar. He has another daughter. I tried to contact him about, you know, getting to know my sister on my dad's side. I asked him if he knows her or if he has her number. He ignored me and never responded. I'm 22 years old now. My dad has never been
22-year-old black queen. You telling black men that they need to man up, be fathers to your kids, and take care of your neighborhoods, and do this and do that. And listen, Umar, you can tell black men all of these things. You can tell black women all these things. But at the end of the day, the lesson begins at home. We could tell black people, you know, listen, we need to clean up our communities. We need to put the guns down. We need to, take better care of our health. You can tell black men and black women all of these great things. Raise up your consciousness. Build your own schools. Build your own grocery stores. Build your own communities. Build your own centers. And I agree with 99.9% of all of that stuff. But at the end of the day, Dr. Umar, the first lesson begins at home. You wasn't at home raising up this young black woman. You wasn't at home raising this young black queen. This black queen is thirsting for a father, thirsting to be loved by her father. You created... Respectfully, you created a problem that you speak against. You speak against black men not taking care of their kids, black men not taking care of their responsibilities, black men doing this and doing that, going off on their black woman. So you created an issue that you speak out against. You created this issue, but you speak out against it. You're being a hypocrite. This is another case of you being a hypocrite. You tell black men they should be fathers, but you got a 22-year-old black daughter who says that you haven't been a father to her. You tell black men, hey, black men, you need to stop objectifying black women. You need to stop objectifying them and treating them bad. But here you are in a video recording a black woman and recording her butt without her consent. You're kind of being, I mean, come on now. It's hard to not see this for what it is. It's hard to not say what's going on with Dr. Umar. I mean, it's been 15 years. There's still no school. Let's really talk about it. It's been 15 years. Dr. Umar, it's been 15 years. You said you was going to build this school years ago. This video of you saying you were going to build this school years ago. There's still no school. There's still no mention of a school. There's still no grand opening. You know, I don't know if you're still getting the HVAC system together. I don't know what's going on. But at the end of the day, there's still no school. Where is the school? Where's the school, Dr. Umar? We want the school. We want the school for the black kids and for the black boys. You know? So I think Dr. Umar, he could be a hypocrite at times. And he should apologize. He should apologize for objectifying that black woman. If this video, especially if black women feel a way about it, he should apologize, because that's his number one base. His number one base is black women. You know, a lot of black men ain't really vibing with Dr. Umar, because he talks out against black men dating who they want to date. Listen, if date who you want to date. If you want to date who you want to date, date who you want to date. It's your prerogative, Dr. Umar. If black men want to date who they want to date, and let's be honest, when it comes to black women, the number one percentage of men that are dating black women are black men. That's a fact. Fire, 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 fire. Are there single black women out there? Are there black women that don't have husbands, that don't have boyfriends? Of course. But the number 1% of men that are dating black women are black men. That's a fact. But Dr. Umar won't say that. He'll say that the black woman is the least undesirable. The black woman is the first one not to get married. The black woman is the first one to be a single mother. The black woman, he'll say all of these talking points to make it seem like black women have it so bad, and nobody wants to be with black women, and nobody wants to cherish a black woman, and this and that. But in reality, there's black men that are out there that want to be with black women. There's black men out there that care for black women. There's black men out there that would love nothing more to be with a black woman. But the reality is people are out there and they fall in love no matter where they are. You know, if there's a black man in middle America, let's say he's in middle America, let's say he's in Colorado, Arkansas, if he's somewhere, if there's a Negro out there in middle America and he's surrounded by a bunch of white women, more than likely he's probably going to get a white girlfriend. How about this? If there's a black man in a black school, how about this? Let's throw this one out there because people don't want to talk about this. If there's a black man in a white school, in a black school, and none of the black girls find him attractive, because this happens too. None of the black girls find him attractive. You know, all of the black girls in the school, they say, oh, he's not cute. He's not Chris Brown. He's not Drake. He's not this. He's not that. He's not a football player. He's not a thug. He's not this. He reads too much. I've seen it. He's not what we desire. He's not the type of guy and he goes through his life and he says, well, listen, I wanted to be with these black women, but they decided that I wasn't good enough. That young black kid grows up, he goes to college, he gets a degree, he gets a high-paying job. He finds a white girl in college. He winds up marrying her. Is it his fault? Is it his fault that every black girl that he liked, that he wanted to be with, that he found something in, that he wanted to be with, that they said no? You're corny, you're a geek, you're a nerd, you're this, you're that. And then, you know, he comes out of that. He goes to college. He finally meets a girl he vibes with. Is it his fault? that he found somebody that he meshed with, that he found someone that connected with him, that vibed with him on a human level, on an intimate level. Is it his fault? Even when it comes to black women, if a black woman meets a white man, if she didn't dealt with 100 black men that treated her wrong, and she felt like they didn't treat her right, undesired. She felt like they did her wrong. She got cheated on. She did, all of these black men she dated, and nobody ever did her right. Nobody ever treated her good. Nobody ever gave effort. And she finally meets somebody, and they're of another race. Is it her fault that one man that was of another race treated her right, did right by her, wanted to be with her? Is it her fault? I mean, these are the things that Dr. Umar won't answer. Because he'll tell black men, snow bunnies never, black queens forever. He'll tell, no snow puppies to black women. And listen, I don't have a problem with that. And I am a proponent of black love. I think black love is a beautiful thing. I think black love is a beautiful thing. I think black love is a great thing. I think a union between two black people is an absolutely beautiful thing. But you can't fault somebody that finally found. Now, if you're going to clap at somebody who finds somebody of another race, this is who I think you should clap at. You should clap at people like RG3. You should clap at people who are on that side and want to clap at, black women, or clap at black men. I don't like that. If you're a black man and you're with a white woman, I don't want to hear you talking about how terrible black women are. If you're a black woman and you're married to a white man, I don't want to hear you talking about how terrible black men are. Stay over there. You have no right to be talking about black men. You are not married to a black man. You chose to be with who you with, and we respect that. You're in love. We respect that. But you don't have no right to be talking about how black men are this and black women are that. That's the people you should be clapping at. But for the people who are just in love, they never looked at, the race construct in terms of dating. They never looked at it in that type of realm. They never looked at it in that type of way. They just wanted to be with someone that loved them and that appreciated them and that supported them. You can't knock them for that. You can't knock them for that. Sinclair says no, he posted her without her knowledge. I agree, he did. He did. Sinclair says if he did this in 1989, he'll have to use a mirror. He's a remember that back in the day, people used to use the mirror to see somebody in a jail cell. Oh man. Yeah, but that's it on Dr. Umar. At times he can be a hypocrite. At times Dr. Umar can be a hypocrite. I agree with that. He can be a hypocrite. Let me see what else is out there.